Diaries of a 30-Year-Old Dabbler, Episode 1.
Oh my God!
I'll be analyzing and breaking down every single play from this 2-hour run so we can duck around and find out how to get better at basketball together and nerding out on every little detail, from IQ and fundamental actions to bag work and skill-based concepts. I've organized the video into 3 primary sections by type of possession. Off-ball possession, so you can see how I try to impact the game off-ball while highlighting the talents of my fellow dabblers and happy hoopers. On-ball possession, so you can see how I play when I get to be the primary ball handler and decision maker. And hybrid possession, which combines the best of both worlds. I'll be breaking down the good, the bad, and the ugly to give you a fully transparent and realistic view of basketball that's not typically seen in social media hoops. So let's duck around and break it down. First up, we got a fast break transition play. Face cut down the middle into a classic give and go action. Got hacked on the lay, but that's the right play every time. 8 out of 10. Here we got an early offense scenario, but it's very stagnant, not a lot of movement, not ideal. In these situations, if you're the primary ball handler, I would not recommend picking up the ball. You want to keep your dribble alive so you always have options. Now, I'm late coming up the floor, but as soon as I see the entry pass, watch what I do. Deep cut across the baseline into a big body Ben's handoff. Inside hand release to get skinny on the baseline to a same side reverse, which would have been dope if I didn't sell the clip. 7 out of 10. Outlet to my guy Max, so we got a 2-on-2 fast break. But because both defenders are already dropping, there's no way I can get to the weak side block. So this is where I use my shooting gravity to draw one of the defenders out so Max can continue downhill without having to finish over 2 defenders. Also, peep the footwork on his finish. Gathers on his right foot, high rip ball fake on the first step, steps through on his second step, protecting the ball with his back. Double clutch laming. That's so tough. 9 out of 10. Here we got a textbook ball screen. Not to facilitate a 2-man action like a pick and roll, but rather to simply force a switch and get a mismatch and let the big go to work. That is what is referred to as barbecue chicken. 9 out of 10. Now we got a 4-on-2 fast break, and anytime you got numbers, less dribbles, more passing is guaranteed success. Unless you smoke a wide open lay. 5 out of 10 because that's still the right play and we've all been there. Early offense DHO action. A down screen from Dunn lets Max get it back in the slot. Ball fake. Pop-Tart. Fakes the pocket pass to Dunn as he slips to the middle, which makes both defenders drop. Textbook midi pull-up. 9 out of 10. Here we got a 3-on-4 fast break with great space. Because Dunn is such a high percentage threat in the paint, look at all the attention he draws. Anytime you're off ball and your defender takes their eyes off you, that's your sign to cut to the ball. And I wasn't spaced to cut to the middle, but I was still able to lose my man with a deep cut across the baseline to receive a handoff for a wide open 3. 8 out of 10. Here's a textbook example of how same foot, same hand finishes are key for finishing over taller defenders. 10 out of 10, no note. And here's a textbook example of how finishing high off the glass with an open palm with no wrist flick is the best way to not smoke lays when attacking the rim. 9 out of 10 with a great box out from Eric to prevent his man from making a play on the ball. Now here's a prime example of creating miscommunication by inverting a textbook action. From the defense's perspective, this looks like a traditional down screen from a big to allow a shooter to curl or pop to receive the ball. So my defender will have a tendency to stay glued to me and jump the screen to prevent me from getting an open look. So I stun up to fake the curl and then cut back door, which forces a miscommunication as I pull both defenders with me, leaving the original screener all alone in the slot for a wide open 3 ball. 9 out of 10. Now we're moving on to on-ball possessions where the offense runs through me. Attack the middle, defender overplays the drive, so I snatch it back. Read the angle of the closeout, attack the top leg, jolt dribble to quickly change angles to evade help side into a textbook 2-foot floaty. 9 out of 10. 1, 2, 3 dribbles to a 25-foot layup from the perimeter. Hands down, man's down. 9 out of 10. Remember how I said in the beginning that if you're running point, you should never pick up your dribble? If the defense ain't pressing, you keep your dribble alive so you have the option to make a play if and when an action occurs. Textbook pin down curl, but I miss him on the first look, so I whip it around and hit him on a weak side block. Almost turned it over, but Dunn is literally a magician in the paint. 7 out of 10 because that was a terrible pass. Incoming ball screen, and my first option is to look for the roll. But that's a great hedge to stop me from making a play. I gotta stop overcommitting to the roll by picking up my dribble, but at least I can make a one-hand pass from the top of the key to the corner. Now, like I always say, if you ever off ball on the weak side and the ball is below the stripe, what's the best course of action? A slot cut or 45 cut to the middle of the paint. Don't be afraid to get handsy. Basketball is a contact sport. Can't believe I sold, but that was the right play. 6 out of 10. Now here's a prime example of why you should always use a jolt dribble when splitting 2 defenders if you're a small boy like me. 2 out of 10. Right idea, wrong execution. Now here's $1 million move with a 10-cent fin, but some great skill-based concepts to learn from. Float left to pull my defender up, float back to the right, but the defender is quick to cut me off. So wide pocket dribble with an off-arm swipe to negate the reach. Now most hoopers would typically continue running along this driving angle, but that would be very inefficient, which is why your ability to change stride lengths at will while not shying away from contact is key for creating efficient driving angles. 1 dribble, 3 stride, and I've turned a corner with a direct line to the basket. But help side's already rotated, my defender's out of position. So that's a snatcheroni salad to a step back air ball. Luckily, we got the rebound and Eric cashed out from 3. Nevertheless, that's a 3 out of 10 because I cannot be airballing like that. Now this play right here is simply chef's kiss. So I'm surveying the floor looking for an action. Incoming ball screen, so let's take that. Little push cross downhill, but my man defends it well by going over. Here's where the magic happened. Listen to what Eric says right here. Technically, it's not a flip screen, it's called a twist, but he initiated an immediate rescreen, which is a great follow-up action if there's no advantage created with the first screen. This time, the advantage is created because I'm able to draw both defenders while Eric slips, which leaves him wide open on the long roll for an easy deuce. 9 out of 10. Now, this is a prime example of good things happening to those who wait. I got 4 defenders looking at me in a wide open weak side block. 9 out of 10. Watch this early offense bag work right here. Little change of pace setup to put him on his heels. Behind the back float to a hezzy. Got him. Quack, quack, where you at? Glide extendo to the baja. 9 out of 10. Notice how unlike other basketball creators, I actually have a clean hezzy. Now let's move on to the final section, hybrid possession. Pop over to down screen, read the coverage, one dribble snatch. Look at that separation. Catch me to duck out. That's an 8 out of 10. Alright, now watch how I take this pin down to prevent my man from jumping the screen. Skip step to change pace and angles while reading the floor. Float over the ball screen, get the switch, attack the top foot, and look to split this gap. That's a good recovery. So stay low, stay patient, and wait for the play to unfold. I'm a PNR Poppy, you feel me? I didn't lead him enough, so that's a 5 out of 10. Here we got a textbook throw and chase action, where a big follows his pass right into a ball screen. As I take it, I'm always looking for the roll, but that's great coverage, so I bounce on out of there. Hezzy and attack the top foot. Defender's quick to recover. I can go 0 to 60 to 0 in a blink of an eye. Keep a tight driving angle and changing direction. Ball fake, pop tart, step through to the God dang, that's great D. 2 out of 10, I am garbanzo bean. Curl around this down screen in transition. Read the floor, no one's cutting. So one dribble, skippity sidestep, 3 ball. Nothing but nylon. 9 out of 10. My guy Max bringing up the floor, so I'm lurking on the weak side, waiting to see what I should do. Okay, cut to the ball, read the aggressive closeout, rip over the top foot, off arm swipe. One dribble, pull up midi, and that's what? 9 out of 10. Now here's a prime example of basketball strength and efficient driving angle. It shouldn't take any more than 3 dribbles to get from the perimeter to the cup. And a power dribble with a lateral jump stop is every small guard's best friend when driving against stronger defenders. 9 out of 10, that's a big body bend. So that about wraps it up. But look at this save right here. Look at how unselfish my teammates are. I love playing with these guys because, to be quite honest, this run is a lot more challenging and rewarding than when I play in a more collegiate or pro level run. Because these guys actually play team-based defense and hustle a lot harder. The more offensively talented hoopers you have, the less defense they typically play. So I don't actually learn as much compared to these runs, which may have a little less swagger and offensive firepower, but always produce textbook good basketball. Quack, quack, say it back.